Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel today. I hope you're all doing good. Obviously since I last did my video yesterday about Gyokeres, there has actually been quite a few updates, so I thought I would come on here for a little bit today to obviously talk about these updates. Obviously it's not just about Gyokeres I'm going to talk about, there's obviously Madueke I'm going to update you guys on, obviously Mosquera too. There has been quite a few updates, quite a few bits of information I will talk about, but obviously right now I think it's a very positive and happy time, for Arsenal. So yeah, I'm so excited to chat with you guys today. Obviously big up to those that will join me today, and this one is a little bit of an earlier type of stream, but I did want to go on here as soon as I could because there has been quite a lot of breaking news. So big up to all of you guys that will be watching my show today. Obviously, please do send in any questions, any comments you guys have, and I'm happy to obviously go through them. And also, please don't forget to like this video and do subscribe here as well if you're new to my channel. So I'm going to start off with Gyokeres because obviously I did a video saying that yes, I did talk about it, saying that there's been we're in the final stages of the deal, and obviously things have developed in a really good way at the moment. Arsenal have actually come to an agreement with Gyokeres. Arsenal going to pay an initial fee of €63.5 million, 55 million plus 10 million euros, which is obviously 8.6 million in add-ons for Gyokeres. So it's good that we finally got a deal now. It's finally happening. I'm really excited to see him come to Arsenal. It doesn't feel real. I'm just so excited. I can't wait to see him actually be an Arsenal shirt. According to Fabrizio Romano, he did say today on Twitter that he understands that Gyokeres' agents have landed in London to seal the details of the deal with Arsenal. And Victor Gyokeres is set to travel for the medical soon as details will be sorted. So obviously that's really good news to hear. It seems, as I said, like his agents are landing getting it done, and he will obviously come to get his medical. And I'm finally happy that we're actually doing a really good bit of business, that it's finally going to happen soon, because this is the news you've all wanted to hear. This is the news we've been waiting for. So for me, like I said, I'm absolutely buzzing with this, and I can't wait to see it get announced. It's just really refreshing, obviously, to hear this news that we're finally getting it done. And yeah, hopefully we're going to see many more players obviously come to Arsenal. But like I said, getting the agreement done is the most important thing, and I'm obviously really happy that Arsenal have decided to go for him and have paid what they needed to pay for him. So yeah, I really hope we're going to see this happen pretty soon. I think this week, sorry guys, we're going to see it develop even more. We're going to see more things happen. So yeah, I'm obviously really, really excited for this deal. I'm excited to see what is going to happen, of course, because there will be a lot of news coming up in these next few days. I mean, so much has happened already, but I think so much more it will happen. So yeah, I'm really excited to obviously see what will happen in these days. And yeah, a really good deal for Arsenal and a really good signing. And obviously, I think we might need to sell some players to obviously get Eze in. So yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. So to see what will happen after this. Because I wouldn't be surprised if we did have to sell like Martinelli or Kivior, Zinchenko, a few players to really get the funds. And I'm honestly okay with that. If it comes down to that, that's okay for me, because we do need to bring some other big players in to really improve our team next season. So yeah, I'm obviously interested to see who's going to leave Arsenal this summer. There's going to be a lot of news, there's going to be a lot of updates for sure. So like I said, I'm very, very excited to see what is going to develop in these upcoming days. So yeah, very excited to see that. Big up to you guys that are tuning in today, and big up @Gunner_fan, great show. Big up to Daniel, hey bestie, champion of the world. Yeah, congratulations, beating PSG and obviously winning that trophy. Yeah, fair play to Chelsea. They're doing quite well at the moment. and England win. Yeah, big up to the Lionesses who did win in a really big game, 6-1. It was a really great win that. So yeah, really big up to the Lionesses, big up to Daniel as well, of course, who is tuning in today. And yeah, big up to all of you guys that are watching this. Obviously, I appreciate you all tuning in today. Like I said, I'm going to give you guys some updates. I'll probably stay on here for like half one possibly. But yeah, like I said, don't forget to send any questions, comments you guys have for me, and I'm more than happy to obviously answer them and obviously go through them. But yeah, obviously it's looking like I think it's looking up for Arsenal at the moment, which I'm very happy about. So yeah, Gyokeres is going to happen, which we're going to have to see in the coming days. The latest news. And like you said, he's going to get his medical. It's going to happen, and I'm so happy about that. Eze as well. Regarding Eze, I, I've been reading that Arsenal are very keen on Eze. Arsenal do want it to happen, but I think the problem that we're having is the funds, like the money, and obviously we know with the money, we have spent 52 million on Madueke. We're going to spend a lot on Gyokeres, so we will have to sell some players, and I'm okay with that. Obviously, if it comes down to it, like I said, I think for me, I would like to keep Trossard. I feel like we're getting more from Martinelli, so that would make more sense for him to move on. But one of them will definitely be going this summer. Obviously, I think Kivior will be going. I have heard he is not in Arteta's plans, so we need to get some money for him. Obviously, Zinchenko. I think we're being honest. Zinchenko at the best we can get 15 million. Kivior around the same price, maybe 20 million. Martinelli, we could really get a big chunk of money from Martinelli. So if we get rid of them players, if we move them players on, then we're going to really, we've got a great chance to bring Eze in. So yeah, obviously that's the next one I want to happen. So fingers crossed. Obviously with Eze, we can bring him to Arsenal because he would be an incredible signing for Arsenal. He would be a great player. We do need another signing in the attack because obviously at the moment, I know with the attacking players at our club, the only new players we have is obviously Madueke. Obviously, Gyokeres is an incredible sign, and it's a statement signing to say, Arsenal are here to win things next season. Arsenal are going to step up, but we also know we need another attacking player because our team, as it is, it's a good team, but we need to really improve. So I do want to see one or two more signings in the attack. Obviously, Mosquera as well. That is pretty much a done deal too. We have, I think we're going to see 3 signings happen pretty soon. Also, getting the ball rolling now, which I'm very happy about because I did say to you guys things were going quite slow, and I'm really happy that we are speeding things up a bit. And with Mosquera, according to Fabrizio Romano again, he said, breaking news, Christian Mosquera to Arsenal, here we go, verbal agreement in place with formal steps to follow, a 15 million euros fee plus add-ons, total package under 20 million euros. It's a long-term deal who only wanted Arsenal. The medical is happening later this week if it all goes to plan. So another player Arsenal will pretty much get, which I'm obviously really excited about because we all know this is a player that will help Arsenal. If Kivior's going, we need some replacements, we need some backup, we need these different players to come in and do a good defensive job, especially with Sleeper and Gabriel here. So for me, obviously, I'm happy about this. I think it's a good move from Arsenal, a good bit of business to bring in someone that can obviously step up in those moments, whether it's the cup games, whether it's games where Sleeper or Gabriel's injured, or if we have a defensive player injured, he can obviously come in and step up. So yeah, for me, I'm happy about this. I can't wait to see this get done, and I think we are starting to, like I said, we are starting to move faster now, which is obviously what we want to see. So yeah, really happy, really excited for our future. I think we're definitely going in the right direction. And yeah, like I said, we just need to keep doing this and keep hoping that we are going to bring in even better players. So yeah, obviously really excited to see this happen. Obviously, big up to all of you guys that are in the chat. I really, really appreciate it. Please do make sure you are subscribing and liking this video while you are watching. And like I said, don't forget to send any questions, any comments you want to have, and obviously I'll read your comments out. Big up to Daniel, who says, congratulations on the Gyokeres signing, massive improvement on Havertz. Yeah, I think we all know that Havertz on his own isn't going to win us the league. We need something else to really help us and get us over the line, and I definitely think Gyokeres will do that. Like I said, Gyokeres is a big step up. Gyokeres is going to help us massively. So yeah, I'm personally really excited for this signing, and yeah, I think it's good. We're going to have more attacking options next season. So I think Arsenal definitely doing the right thing with that. So yeah, I'm really excited to see that happen. But yeah, we're gonna have to see. I think by the end of the week things will have progressed. I'm hoping that things will have advanced in the way we want it to. So yeah, obviously really excited to see that happen. Mosquera, like I said, is the latest one. He's the next one. Obviously Madueke, about him. Obviously, I've spoken about him these last few days. According to Fabrizio Romano again, who has been very busy with Arsenal, has said Madueke is set to sign his Arsenal contract today. So with Madueke, we are going to see this happen pretty soon. I think we are going to see an announcement for this. I reckon in a few days we'll see it happen. So I think this is going to happen. I think we're going to see some, great things happen. So yeah, Madueke will happen. I think in a few days' time, perhaps in a week. But yeah, I think it's good. Arsenal going in the right direction, and yeah, I feel happy about everything at the moment. Daniel, who says, I think if Arsenal get Rodrigo instead of Eze, they'll win the league. Rodrigo will be world class. I think I'd want both, but I'm happy with Eze. I think Eze would improve Arsenal. The only sort of doubt I have is that he is much better in the Odegaard position. Odegaard's not going to get dropped, and Odegaard's going to play there. So we might see him on the left. Don't know where we're going to really see him play, but obviously I'm intrigued by that. So yeah, I hope we can get it done. We need to get it done. We need to get these signings done because ultimately, if we want to win league, if we want to win things, we do have to bring in the right players, bring in the right attacking players because Arsenal's so close to winning stuff. But ultimately, we need to bring in these right squad players to help us get over the line, help us do that. So yeah, only time will tell, but obviously I'm very intrigued to see what we will do. And big up to all of you guys. Obviously, like I said, there is a lot of news happening as well. Waneri as well, that could be another deal set to be done pretty soon, which I'm very excited about because I think when I've spoken with you guys, we've had our doubts about him leaving Arsenal or him maybe going to Chelsea or moving on. Obviously, he hasn't had a lot of game time, so I think that was something I was worried about. But I think I can happily say now he is set to sign a new deal. Obviously, it has said that Arsenal, Ethan Harry's new deal, Arsenal can be sealed in principle this week. Arsenal believe progress made over the weekend was significant, and it's looking quite positive with his deal. So, obviously, Waneri as well. I mean, not gonna lie, guys, it's looking really good for us at the moment. Things are definitely going in our favour, and things are going in the right direction for us because obviously we need to make sure we are keeping these big players so we are keeping these players and making sure they're going to be a big part of our future. So obviously for me, I'm really excited about that. I'm really intrigued to see what's going to happen next. But obviously Madueke is going to be the next sort of signing alongside obviously Gyokeres and obviously Mosquera. So yeah, I'm really excited for our future. I do think that Bert has definitely come in and stepped up. I mean, Edu wouldn't have done this good. I don't think. I think Edu definitely wasn't the right fit for Arsenal because I think we're falling behind with him a little bit. So I definitely think as well this is the right thing for Arsenal to do to bring him in and obviously help us going forward. So big up to Bert as well because I think he's doing a really good job so far. Big up to Michael Harris. Big up yourself. Hope you're good. If you're new here, good to see you in the chat, of course. And obviously, if you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And obviously, don't forget to smash the likes on this video. Hi, Sophie and chat. I think once Madueke, Mosquera, and Gyokeres are confirmed, we'll get Eze and then we'll get Rodrigo by the end of the first week of August. Amazing. The women are making moves on Lauren James. Big up yourself, Michael. And yeah, definitely, I think. I predict that we'll get Eze and Gyokeres. I think that'll be it. But I think if a window ended up being you know Kepa, Madueke, Gyokeres, Eze, Zubimendi, Norgard, Mosquera. If I've missed anyone out, I do apologise. Like, it's hard to remember, but I think that's about 7 players. I'd be happy with that. I'd give that about an 8 to 9 out of 10. I think the icing on the cake would be Rodrigo, but with Eze, we definitely are an improved side with him in our attack. But like I said, it's an exciting time now because I definitely think Arsenal want Eze, but like I said, it's the money that's the problem. It's the funding. It's sort of like it is. We're gonna have to sell some players, and I'm okay with that. It just depends who we're selling, really. But yeah, we're gonna have to see what happens. So big up to Michael. Does Nani get a world champions medal? That is a great question, and sorry, but I'm just going to come back to that one. And I've been intrigued about that myself. I don't know because I I don't know actually. Do any of you guys know? I mean, Daniel's a Chelsea fan. Let us know. I don't know. Um, well, he has played quite a bit in the Club World Cup, so I think he would. But he's at Arsenal now, so I don't know. Daniel, let me know if you know the answer because I honestly don't know right now. As in Rodrigo, let's not be delusional. You'll have to sell players. Yeah, I think. I mean, we have obviously spent 52 around that on obviously um Madueke, and we're obviously going to spend a big fee on Gyokeres. So I think funding's a problem. We're going to have to sell players, and like I said, I think you're going to see. I think we're going to see the likes of obviously Kivio. I mean, we've got players like Lokonga, we've got players like Vieira, loan players we can get a bit of money for, but I think you're going to get a lot more money for Martinelli, for being honest, or Trossard. So I think we're going to definitely see more money from them too. So I think with Martinelli, you could probably get about 45 million or more for him. So obviously, I'm intrigued to see what we're going to do because like I said, we can get quite a bit for him. So obviously, I want us to, yeah, just bring in the right players. Um, Donald Trump had it yesterday. Okay, yeah, I thought he would have a medal because he had played quite a bit of football, in the Club World Cup for Chelsea. So yeah, fair play. Yeah, and Buick Kevin, hey, so cheers from the South Pole. Well, it feels like it. Buick Kevin, good to see you here. But yeah, Buick to love you guys as well. Yeah, it has turned everything's turned around. Everything's looking quite good for us at the moment because it was looking like we weren't really. I was thinking to myself, are we gonna get Gyokeres because, um, I feel like we were messing about a bit and taking our time. So I did have my doubts really about it. So yeah, we're gonna have to see what will happen for sure. I'm excited to see who we're bringing in now. So yeah, fingers crossed, guys. We're gonna bring in Eze. I love Eze. I think Rodrigo, if we are being honest, is probably more of a dream than a reality. I'm not saying it won't happen. There's a possibility. I'm still keeping my options open for it to happen, but I think Eze is probably more realistic. I think we've not really seen much happen with Rodrigo. I've not heard as much news on that, so I think that one's probably fizzled out a bit. And as a Gyokeres and more the players that I think we're going to go for. So, like I said, intrigued to see what will happen. Really, I really am because I think this window is definitely heating up. So, yeah, let's see what happens. For sure. But yeah, I think it's just great to see we're getting Gyokeres. That's news we wanted. Because we know he's a great player. We know that he's going to really improve Arsenal. So I'm happy it's finally been agreed. Obviously, when I did a video yesterday, it sort of was in the final stages, but it has officially been agreed today. So that is looking really good for Arsenal right now. And like I said, I'm really happy to hear this news. I'm happy that things are developing in a really positive way for Arsenal. Um, so yeah, like I said, Ranieri, Gyokeres, Eze, Mosquera, Madueke, there's quite a few players. I mean, I think we can really think this is probably going to be one of our best windows in a while because last season's window, for being honest, it was quite poor. It was a bit of a letdown last season's window, so we have definitely developed and improved in this window. So yeah, I'm excited to see what else is going to happen. But yeah, big up to all of you guys that are in this chat. Obviously, don't forget to send any questions or comments you guys have for me. I'm more happy to obviously answer any questions you guys have. Appreciate you all joining me today as well. I know this one was a bit of a last minute stream, but I want to come on here to give you my thoughts as things have developed. In a good way, I'm happy to see that things are progressing in the way we want. And I think the feeling around Arsenal at the moment is a really happy feeling. I'll be honest, I'm really excited for Gyokeres. I think he's the one that I have excitement. I mean, when he gets announced, I think we're all going to go crazy. That is a great signing. And I just don't remember last time we had a proper striker. I mean, since Aubameyang, we've not really replaced. That's the problem we made. We never replaced Aubameyang. So ultimately, if you don't if you don't replace your best players, then that's what happens. So yeah, I'm happy we're obviously doing this. Yeah, we will have spent a lot of money this window, because we're gonna. I hope Eze comes, but obviously Rodriguez quite a bit. So yeah, excited to see that happen, of course. But yeah, the future does seem quite positive for Arsenal at the moment, and I think as fans we do feel quite excited. So yeah, I'm very excited for the future of Arsenal, and like I said, I think obviously it is good to have that backup in defence with Mosquera coming in. I think people, I know we've got a lot of defenders already, but I think if we are going to get rid of some of our defenders, whether that's Zinchenko, whether that's um, Kivior. I mean, I think Calafiori is going to stay at Arsenal. I expect him to stay for a little while, maybe another season or two. I don't know really. I can't really say how long I think he's going to stay for, but he's definitely going to be here for a while. So yeah, I think it's good. But obviously getting that done. We might have to sell players, which is going to happen, which I'm okay with. But as long as it's not our bigger players, I mean, I'd prefer to keep Trossard and Martinelli. I think Trossard's more likely to. I don't know. I think Trossard's definitely our super sub. He's definitely an important player. I think Martinelli. I think he would like to stay at Arsenal, but I think we're more likely to get more money for Martinelli than we would for Trossard. I think for Trossard, it did seem that we could get about 20 million. So I just hope we can continue to keep getting a bit of money, because if we want Eze, we do have to keep spending. We'll have to spend for Eze, and I'm okay with that. Eze is definitely worth it, and I'm happy Arsenal are showing interest in Eze, because he is an incredible player and he is someone that is really going to help Arsenal next season. So, yeah, obviously pre-season is going to come up pretty soon, which I'm very very excited about, and I'm intrigued to see which players are going to be there. I don't know if Gyokeres will be there for pre-season. In an ideal world, I would love that to happen, but I'm just happy that the deal is done. The deal is developing in the way we want it to, and that's exactly what we want as fans. So yeah, the pre-season is definitely an exciting time of the season, and obviously we're gonna have to see what happens with that. I just want to say, be up to Kevin. Um, Guehilova Palace advertising for new Palace kit and pre-season ads. Eze not to be seen anywhere, so maybe a giveaway. I was thinking that, but I did thought Eze was on holiday, so I thought that was the reason why he wasn't in that photo shoot. But I don't know. I mean, it would be the obvious if he's not there. It might sense he's coming to Arsenal, but I thought he was on holiday, so I thought that's why he wasn't in the sort of advertisement for the kit. So yeah, obviously we'll have to see what happens with Eze, but he would be. Um, I think every Arsenal fan would be happy with Eze. I'm not gonna lie. I think he would go down as a favourite with Gyokeres. So yeah, but with Eze, we're gonna have to see. But like I said, Arsenal. Do you think Arsenal are trying to get him? Or do you think Gyokeres is being the sort of target right now, because that is obviously the big player we need to get done, and that's been ongoing talks for quite a while now. So I think if we can get that done, then obviously we can just focus on what's going to happen next. But like I said, that is a really good business Arsenal doing, and we're getting on with it. Like I said, we're not faffing about, and I think that's the right thing to do. So yeah, hopefully we'll get that done. Obviously, big up to all of you guys that are watching this. I really appreciate your support last week, and hopefully more videos will be coming this week. I think there'll be a lot of announcement videos from me this week, because I know there'll be quite a few players coming to Arsenal. So yeah, it's a very very exciting time. Obviously, big up to all of you guys that are watching this. I really appreciate you all joining me today. Like I said, if you want to send any questions, you're more than welcome to, and I'm happy to answer them, of course. Arsenal fan says, do you think we can get Eze? I think with Eze, yeah, I do think we'll get him. I think it's just a money problem that we're probably gonna, like I said, we're gonna have to sell some players, which we'll have to do. Like I said, Sinchenko, Kivior, um, Martinelli or Trossard. We got players like Lokonga, Vieira, we could get a little bit of money for. So I think if we sold them, that could help us get Eze. But yeah, I'm hoping we can get him. I think I would have liked us to get Eze before Madueke, but ultimately Arteta has wanted Madueke, so we'll have to see what happens with that. And I'm sure he'll be announced this week. As I said, his also contract is sort of going to get done today, and I'm pretty sure he's had his medicals. So yeah, it's all moving in a very fast pace, which I'm happy about, because that's how it should be moving. But Berta, I think he's doing really well. Berta is definitely doing a lot more than what Edu was doing. Edu just wasn't good enough for Arsenal in that sporting director role. So I think it's great that Berta's obviously come in and doing a really good job. And I do wonder if Gyokeres was more of an Arteta or Edu side, or Berta side, or if it was both. They both wanted him. I know at the start we were looking at Sesko, and that sort of fizzled out, which I think fans, to be honest with you, would have been underwhelmed with Sesko. Anyway, but I think with Gyokeres, he is proven he's a prolific goal scorer. He has scored so many goals for Sporting over his time there. So I think for me, we know what we're going to get from him, and I just hope that he can obviously yeah, I'm excited for our first game of the season now against United away. I think that could be a really good game now we have a striker, because we have been very good these last few seasons. The only thing missing was that striker. Only thing that we miss. So, and the attack, of course. The attack has been probably our sort of weakness, maybe. I know we have scored goals over our time, but we did need, we needed more kind of goals. We needed more um players to come in, and I'm happy now that we've done that. I'm really happy. I'm excited to see what Arsenal have got next up their sleeve. I'm excited to see what we're going to do next. But like I said, it's really exciting time for Arsenal at the moment, because we're getting the ball rolling, we're not messed about. And that said, I think we could see maybe 3 signings happen pretty soon. I don't think we're going to all announce it in 1 week. I think Arsenal are going to make us wait like they do, but we're definitely going to see Madueke happen this week. I think Mosquera possibly by the end of the weekend. I think they're going to wait us for Gyokeres. They're not going to announce that. They're going to make us wait. So for that, we're obviously going to have to see, what will happen with that. But obviously, very excited to see, that happen as well. I'm excited to see what we have up our sleeves, of course. But yeah, I think at the moment we can all be really happy with the business that's gone on, the business that is happening. And like I said, it's a real good time of the season when you go into pre-season and you're actually excited to see your new players start. We are going to have a completely different squad, because I think for me going into next season, obviously the back four goalkeeper, that's going to stay the same. But midfield, we're going to obviously see Mendy instead of, Partey. We're going to see Mendy Rice. Obviously expect Odegaard to start, even if we have Eze. The thing is, though, obviously, if Gyokeres is up top and we saw Saka on the right, are we going to see Eze on the left? Are we going to see Madueke on the left? I do wonder how our sort of team is going to start out. So yeah, we're going to have to see what happens. But Kevin, I watched a few Gooner streams. Everyone says to Arteta why second best manager in EPL is freaking good. Yeah, I mean, my opinion on it is that I think Arteta is a good manager, and obviously I think only time will tell if he can get us over the line, in my opinion. So for me, I've said, if he doesn't win us anything next season, then I don't think he will be the guy for Arsenal, really. But I think now we have a striker, now we have the right players. I don't see why we can't win the league or win major trophies. But I think the problem that people have, and I have, is that it's the silverware that we're struggling with. But we have got a very good team. We've got a great, like I said, we've got a great, defence. Obviously, in midfield, we don't know how that's going to be, but the midfield's been quite good over these last few years. But yeah, I think people have their questions, and I think it's just Arteta, can he get us over the line? That's the only problem that I think people might question. I question that too, to be honest with you. I do. I think he's a good manager. I think I never expected him to help us compete for the league. I never expected that. So now we've seen it, we know that's what he can obviously do. So it's a question of Arteta if he can get us over the line, because if he can, then obviously that's amazing. I want that for him, but it's just we just don't know what will happen from next. If he can do that for us, obviously, like I said, I hope he can get us over the line. I'd love that. I'd love nothing more for him to get us over the line and help us win silverware and have a really successful season next season. But I think it's because of the lack of silverware that's obviously the problem. I think for the league last season, I think we didn't really ever. I don't think we competed for the league for long enough, and I think that's a problem as well. That yeah, I think last season we were quite different to how we usually have been. So I think there have been questions. But yeah, I finished second isn't the end of the world, but we need to be better than finishing second. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens next season. But like I said, I'm excited to see how we do in pre-season, because it gives you an idea of what some of these players can bring to the team and how Arsenal play. So like I said, I'm intrigued to see how we're going to do. In pre-season and the start of next season. But yeah, I do feel more excited about the season now, because obviously we have brought in some amazing players. I know nothing's like officially confirmed yet, but it's pretty much going to happen. I'm excited to see who we're going to bring in. But yeah, I do get that question because I get Arteta is obviously a great manager, but I think the silverware next season has to come and we have to see that happen. So obviously only time will tell if he can get us over the line. I hope next season that he obviously can get us over the line. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, big up to all you guys that are watching this. Let me know, guys, how you're feeling as well about the window so far. Obviously I'm really happy about this at the moment. And like I said, I think when the window shuts up, you can probably you can judge it then, but it looks quite promising at the moment for all these players that we're going to bring in. And you know what, I did say to someone when I did a video, I think we need about 7 or 8 players, and they were thinking like 7 or 8, that's quite a lot, but we have pretty much brought in the amount I wanted anyway. So we brought in, I think obviously Kepa's going to be important, as that backup, and I think it's good that we're going for him. Obviously, Subamendi is such an experienced player, and I know he's going to really help Arsenal next season. Obviously, we see Norgard come in. I'm really excited to see what he can bring to the team. And then obviously, Mosquera, and then obviously Gyokeres, Madueke, Eze. So that'd be about 8 players. And I think Arsenal have needed a really big summer, to be honest with you, because last season it was disappointing, because I know I do say the semi-final Champions League, I was proud of that, and we did really well, but in the league it was so disappointing. We didn't have what we needed to get over the line. So I think for me, this summer we had to have a really big summer. We had to bring in some really big names, some really big players, because like I said, I mean, these players like Saliba, Gabriel, Rice, they deserve to play with these sort of strikers, like in Eze, Saka. Like, I think these are the players we deserve to have at Arsenal. Like I said, I think we want to feel excited about the season, and that's exactly how we all feel right now. So, yeah, I'm excited to see our season come up. I'm excited to see um what we're gonna do. But yeah, so far at the moment we can be really happy. Obviously, I'm excited to see how we're gonna do in pre-season, because I think we can all feel excited now, knowing that we have got some really exciting players, some exciting prospects coming to Arsenal. So yeah, it doesn't feel so much doom and gloom right now. It does feel quite positive to see who we are going to bring into Arsenal. But like I said, right now, Arteta is doing good. They are doing good. Berta's doing good too. And yeah, Fabrizio Romano has been very busy with his announcement. So yeah, there has been quite a few updates. So there's been so much talk about as well. So obviously, really, really happy about that. And yeah, like I said, guys, I'll probably stay on here for another half an hour, and like, if you guys do have any questions you want to send me through, obviously feel free to do that. Like I said, guys, obviously please don't forget to smash the likes on this video, and yeah, do subscribe to my channel too. But yeah, like I said, when there's official announcements, I will do like separate videos for them. Obviously, we're going to see some announcements. Maybe for the women's team, we might see Olivia Smith too. So it's going to be a very busy week ahead, and I'm really excited for that to happen. Like I said, it's going to be amazing to see new signings. Like I said, I'm just happy that Arteta and Bert are doing good. And I think, to be honest with you, I think with us signing Gyokeres and potentially Eze, it kind of helps Madueke, because I think with Madueke, I think if we just got him and maybe someone else that wasn't Gyokeres, people wouldn't have been too happy. But because we're actually bringing the players that we know Arsenal should be bringing in, it gives, I think people are going to be more like to support Madueke. But like I said, I do hope Madueke does really well at Arsenal. I really do hope that will happen. Obviously, I'm excited to see, these new signings. Like I said, pre-season is going to be a great chance. I mean, I'm excited to see what Madueke is going to be like in pre-season. So yeah, obviously the pre-season is happening pretty soon. The first game is on the 23rd of July, which obviously I think is next week. So that is obviously going to happen. Pretty soon, and then we have Newcastle on the 27th and Spurs on the 31st of July. So it would be good to see Gyokeres actually appear in one of them games, or it'd be good to see him in pre-season, because you do want to ideally see your signings in pre-season. So obviously I do hope that can happen for Arsenal. I do hope we can see some of our signings play. I do expect the signings that are here that will play, but obviously it's definitely looking really exciting at the moment. Big up Charles Mason, who's Manson, who says thank you. Big up to Charles. Big up yourself. Like I said, big up to anyone that is new here. Don't forget to check out my channel, and I hope you enjoy our show today. But yeah, like I said, the preseason is shipping next week. Do we think that our new signings and Gyokeres will be here? Obviously, with Eze, like I said, with Eze, it seems to me that Arsenal want him, but at the moment, it seems as though we don't have the money to buy him. That's the impression I think. But we have obviously spent quite a bit of money so far. So, but this we have actually had quite a few bargains, to be honest with you, because if you look at Mosquera, I think he's about 15 million euros. If we look at trying to think of other players, like think of it. I think Supermandy was around 50, and if you look at the likes of other players that we've brought in, I think they've been cheap, haven't they? So I think also have done quite good. Like Norgard was not much at all, was he? I mean, I can't remember exactly, but I think was he around like 15 or something, um, euros. So I think we have actually done really good business to bring in these players and on a cheap deal as well. So I think also, to be fair to us, we have been quite smart with our business, and obviously the midfield we are going to be different. It's going to be different. We have new players in midfield, but I don't have any doubts that we're going to succeed in our midfield next season. And like I said, pre-season is going to give you that chance to see these players do that. So yeah, I'm excited for pre-season. Obviously, with the pre-season games, we'll be doing like reviews and I will be chatting about them as well. I know they're not games in the league, but I still want to chat about them and give you my thoughts on how I think Arsenal are doing in them games. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see how Arsenal are going to do in pre-season. We have Kevin who says, "Be happy, Palace has only got two hashtag two keeper and hashtag two wing back so far." Yeah, I think Arsenal definitely doing good. So yeah, big up. Um, they're Andy Human, exactly that. Get them ready for the season. Yeah, that's what we've got to do. Because listen, if we're being honest, the season isn't actually that far away. I know it's only July and the season's sort of like in the middle of August, but yeah, I think we have to get ready. We have to, because we probably will see Arsenal play a different style of play next season because of these new players that we've got in. Because with the likes of Gyokeres, I mean, Rice, I mean, I think I do wanna. I'm intrigued to see how we are going to be in the sense of our creativity because as much as we need a goal scorer, we do need to help them create their chances. So I kind of hope we'll see Odegaard create chances. I hope Odegaard will step up. I think a lot of players need to step up if we are being honest. And I'm not just saying Odegaard. I mean, so many players I do want to see perform really well. So yeah, I'm definitely intrigued about this team. I think it's gonna. I think we're all excited now because we're bringing players that we know we needed to bring in, and it's looking really positive for us. So, like I said, I'm excited. I'm really intrigued, and I'm excited for pre-season. So yeah, pre-season is going to be really exciting for Arsenal. And yeah, I'm rooting for Norgard, obviously Zubimendi. They're two great players, and yeah, I just think we're doing good. Like I said, with the business, it's been so cheap. It's been really good, and we're doing the right things. So yeah, I'm very excited to see what we're going to do next. But like I said, right now, I think we'll have to wait till the announcements happen. But I think with all these players that I've spoken about, with the likes of obviously Mosquera, Madueke, Gyokeras, they've all been agreed. So it's just a matter of waiting when it will be announced. But like I said, it's looking really good for Arsenal. So whenever these will get announced, like I said, I will obviously come in here chat about it. But yeah, I think you have to give credit to Arteta and Berta for bringing in these signings. I know we've had reservations about Madueke, and I do generally hope he really does amazing. Like, I mean, I know at Chelsea, I think he scored about 7 goals, and I think he got like a few assists. Maybe it was like 3. So I think that's all we can ever go off by a player. If you're looking at players, you can look at how the style of play, look at how they've done in their league, but I think all we can go off is how he's done at Chelsea. And if we're being honest, it hasn't been much different to the likes of obviously Trossard and Martinelli. But I'm sure when he comes to Arsenal, he'll want to step up his game. He'll want to be an even better player. And he's under a new manager, and he's obviously wanting to come to Arsenal. And you want players that really want to play for your club. That's the mindset you want. Because when I used to watch Arsenal years ago, I started watching Arsenal, especially when Emery sort of left, Arteta came in. There was players here we knew weren't good enough and they weren't giving their all for the club. So I think it's now nice that you do feel whoever is going to come to Arsenal will give their all for the club and all for the badge. And yeah, I think that's really nice. So yeah, I'm excited to see these new players come in. And like I said, whether or not I agree with any of these signings, I mean, I think the only signing, if I'm being honest, that I've been unsure about has been Madueke. So because quick credit to Arteta and Berta for actually bringing in some great players and experienced players. So yeah, I do feel really excited to see obviously these new players coming in. Like I said, I think we all want to be proved wrong as fans. We want these players to come in and do their job and to do even better. Because I always talk about Rice. I always never expected Rice to be this good, and he's been so good. He's been much more worth than I expected. So, yeah, I'm very excited to see these new signings and these players develop and join Arsenal. And I think, like I said, we all want to be proved wrong, and I think ultimately, I hope we get proved wrong. I really, really do. But yeah, obviously, I'm excited to see that. Big up to Kevin. Community Shield only 28 days later. Oh, I do hope you guys win this Community Shield. I really do. I do like Crystal Palace. I think obviously I've always think you got some great players. I would have I would have loved Guay here at Arsenal, but I'll be happy with Eze. But yeah, Crystal Palace have really developed over these last few years, so it's been great to watch that. Um, Big up yourself. Good to see you here. Obviously, if you're new here, always good to see new people. Big up just to Jay. 6 signings before pre-season is massive. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's amazing to see that. Like I said, I'm over the moon. I definitely think Gyokeres gives you that excitement, gives you that confidence going into next season. But yeah, like we said, I mean, like I said just then, I mean, the money situation, we've really bought these signings on a really cheap deal, and I think that's exactly what we should be doing, being smart, getting these players that are really going to help us. Because I think, to be honest with you, I think it's good that we actually have got Norgard as well, because say we struggle with Zubimendi, or say Zubimendi has an injury, you have those options, because to be honest with you, we do need these options because Jorginho's gone. Obviously Partey's not here, so I do think it's important to have these options in the midfield. But yeah, the attack's definitely going to be exciting. I don't know who we're actually going to sell in the attack with Martinelli or Trossard. I definitely sense that one of them will be leaving because we need to make money for Eze. Um, like I said, I'd probably want to keep Trossard. I think Trossard's got. I feel like Trossard's got more potential to really help us next season. Martinelli just seems to me as someone that I don't think he scores as many goals as I want him to. I know Trossard and Martinelli do have similar stats, but I just think Trossard is obviously still got time here left at Arsenal. But if we keep Martinelli also, I do think Martinelli keeps getting better at Arsenal. I hope next season he can keep improving. But I just worry if Martinelli is he the player that he used to be. I'm not sure he is. And I think that's obviously worry that I have in my mind, that he might not be the player he used to be, and obviously I want him to be the player that he was a few years ago, because he was so good, he was so clinical, and I think he is lacking a bit of confidence a bit. I think that's something that he is struggling with, so I hope that he can obviously pick up his form and obviously help us next season if Martinelli is here. But yeah, we are definitely going to have to generate some money somehow, because I think we are needing to do that for Arsenal if we are wanting to bring in some of these big players. I don't think, like I said, Rodrigo, I don't think that's off the cards, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think a lot of us know that it's probably more likely it's going to be Eze, which obviously I'm really happy with. But yeah, we're going to have to see what happens. Like, only time will tell what we will do. Um, Big up yourself again. Don't think Trossard wants to be a backup option anymore. And yeah, if that's the case, then that's completely fair enough. I know Fenerbahce were interested in him, and obviously that gives them a chance to play Marino if he obviously wants to do that. So I think, to be fair, I think if that's the case, then obviously I wish him well, and I'm happy for him to have that success somewhere else. But like I said, I personally would like to see him stay. But if he wants to go, I'd understand, because he has been here a while. And if I'm being honest, he won't be a starter next season. He's going to be more of a squad player, more of a someone that could probably come off the bench and try and improve the game, try and change things in the game. And I think that's probably going to be his role. And I think if he's happy with that, then obviously fair play. If he's not, then I'd also understand. I think we would get 20 million for him, which doesn't feel like a lot of money, but ultimately that's what will happen. I do think with Martinelli, I think with Martinelli, we could get more for him than Trossard. I think with Martinelli, we'll probably get 45 million, maybe a bit more. I don't know who. I don't see him. I don't see Martinelli going to Saudi. I don't see Martinelli really going out of a team that isn't in Europe, because I think Martinelli loves playing in the Champions League. So I only really see Martinelli playing in a big team in Europe. Like, I know he's been linked to Bayern and other teams. So yeah, I don't see him going to Saudi. I think that'd be a waste of his career, to be honest with you, because I think Martinelli is someone who does deserve to play in these big games in the Champions League. But I just think Martinelli needs to get his confidence back. He is struggling a bit at the moment, which I do feel for him. So if Martinelli can just, for me, not overthink things too much, just be more clinical. I want to see Martinelli enjoy his football again. I think that's something I'd say about Martinelli. With Martinelli, he does definitely look better up top than he does on the wing. But yeah, like I said, we're going to have to see what happens. There hasn't been much updates regarding Martinelli. I know Trossard has been a player that has sort of had more of these conversations about his future. So, like I said, we're going to have to see what will happen. Be good to all of you guys. Like I said, don't forget to any questions you guys have for me. I appreciate all of you that are joining me today. We got AJ. I just want to go through your questions. Kevin, why do you a lot of people want Arteta out? Simply, he has not won anything. Yeah, I think, to be honest with you, I think I do get that. Like I said, Arteta has to win something next season for me. I think as fans, we are losing our patience. We've been patient, and he does need to. So yeah, I do agree with that. I do see Arteta has progressed also. He has done a lot of good. Like I said, last season, to get us to a semi-final, we haven't been to one in a long time. So I see positives, but I also see we also need to win stuff pretty soon, and it isn't fair for us fans to keep waiting. We need to be winning things. AJ says South Trossard and activate Lookman buyout clause in the play. In my opinion, I definitely would have Lookman, but I don't think that. I think the money, like I said, I mean, I know we can buy out the clause, but I don't know. I think the money is a problem. I do sense that we don't have an awful lot of money after Gyokeres, so I'm not too sure what will happen with that. 80 to 17 likes. Big up. Thank you guys for liking my video at the moment so far. Obviously, if you're watching this and you haven't liked, don't forget to smash the likes as well. And of course, guys, do subscribe to my channel here if you're new here, as that would help me very much. Big up Ebby. Obviously, I don't think I've seen you in here, so good to see new people in the chat. Big up yourself. I prefer we don't sell anyone, or lack of depth cost us a lot of season, and that's a fair comment. I do get that, but I think if we need to make money, we might have to sell some of our players. In an ideal world, it would be nice to keep Kivior, because I think he's worked really hard, and when Gabriel was injured, he did such a great job, and I think it would be a shame to see him go. But ultimately, we probably need money, and I have heard that he isn't in Arteta's plans, so we definitely might have to see him go. So I wouldn't be surprised with that either. So yeah, there's definitely going to be things that will happen. We're definitely going to see a few players leave. I think that's what will happen if we need to generate some money. But obviously, I am intrigued to see who's going to be here at the end of the season. And then we can actually get money for the likes of, obviously, Lukonga, Vieira, Zinchenko, and other players that I've told you about. But I do think we need to see as they come to Arsenal for sure. Big up AJ, who says, don't get me wrong, Arteta has definitely done good. No one can argue that. One trophy from possible 22. Yeah, I can't argue. I completely agree with you there. Like you said, one trophy out of 22 isn't good enough, and you're completely right to say that. So, yeah, I do think we need to win silver next season. If we win the league, the League of the Champions League would be what I want to win. Only 30 days until the Gooners play Man U. Time flies when you're enjoying them. Yeah, it does fly. I mean, it hasn't been up until like this week. I feel like it hasn't been too exciting, because I don't think many fans are excited about not Gyokeres, about Madueke. But I think when you hear Gyokeres, when you hear Eze, it does excite you. These players will excite you. So I hope we can see more of these signings happen. But yeah, like I said, it does feel like it's going faster now that we are signing more players. It does feel more exciting. I mean, Mosquera as well. I think he's going to be an exciting player. We're going to see him, obviously, from Valencia, and a very cheap deal for him. So I'm excited to see all of these players. I mean, not just Gyokeres. Gyokeres is the one that that's obviously the one that we want to see play. But obviously, we'll have to see obviously who else we do bring into Arsenal. But yeah, I think like we said, I'm happy with it at the moment. I think as fans we are pretty happy, and I do think squad depth's important. Like Abby said before, that's a crucial part of the season, like when you're in the cup competitions. But I think if we really want to obviously win things and get these big players, you might have to take a few risks and sell some players. But I think defensively, I think we've got a bit of cover because obviously we have Calafiori. Calafiori, I hope we can see more of him and hopefully he can improve defensively. So we have got him. Obviously, Tomiyasu's gone, which I think was the right thing for both. Obviously with Mosquera coming, that's going to be important. We've got Ben White, so I think defensively, I don't have my doubts really because we do have quite a bit of cover there in the defensive part. Midfield, we are a little bit light, but I think we'll be okay. And obviously the attack, we're gonna have to see what is going to develop and what's going to happen. But like I said, right now, guys, things looking good. Things have been agreed, and like I said, we're going to have to see what will happen in this week. Like I said, I think Madueke will be announced in a few days because his contract has been sorted at Arsenal. He's had his medical. So yeah, like I said, we're going to have to see what will happen with that. Gyokeres will probably take a bit more time, but when it's been agreed, so I'm obviously really buzzing with that. That's the news we've all wanted to hear. So yeah, obviously I'm excited. So yeah, things are looking good for Arsenal. Like I said, pre-season's next week, so I will be watching them games. We'll be reviewing that and talking with you guys about them because that's the exciting time of the season when you're able to do these type of reviews in those games because it does prepare you for the season. It does help you get ready for the season. So yeah, obviously you guys, obviously I'm really excited for that. But yeah, like I said, guys, I'll be sitting here for a little bit longer as I know there's more of you watching and I want to chat with you guys for a little bit. If you guys have any questions you want to send in, please don't forget to obviously send them through as I'm more than happy to obviously answer them as well. But I really appreciate all your support today and all of people that have subscribed to it, all of your support here. But like I said, any question you want to send through, do send them in as I'll probably stay on here for a little bit longer. Yeah, really happy at the moment. I think we can all be really happy with obviously how things are going for Arsenal. I've got nothing else to say other than that I'm so buzzing and yeah, we're going in the right direction as a club, which is exactly what we want to be doing. And we had to have a big summer if we are being honest though, because after the season we had, I felt quite disappointed towards the end with how far we were from Liverpool. And I know we got knocked out of the Champions League, which wasn't a surprise, but I think we needed to bring in some new players this season to be excited again, especially in the attack, because I do personally think we were looking quite predictable last season in the attack. So I think it's so important that we are obviously making those changes in the attack. So yeah, really happy with the job that obviously Berta and Arteta are doing at the moment. It's looking very positive. So yeah, I can't complain right now. Obviously, I'm really happy. Um, Big up, just AJ. The theme of the attackers also linked with is transitional threat from in behind. The only current player that has that as Martin Knight, I expect the team to attack very differently. Yeah, I do think we're going to be different next season. I think it's definitely good that we are bringing other attackers because I think we have relied on Saka for quite a while, and to be honest with you, Saka will get you goals and we expect him to get you goals in the team. But like you said, I think we have relied on him for. Like I said, I think we've relied on him for a while, and I think it's good that we are going to play differently next season. I think we're going to look a lot better next season. But yeah, excited to see these new players come through as well. And yeah, I don't know who we're going to sell in the attack because I think Martinelli or Trossard will be going, but we'll have to see what happens with that. But yeah, excited to see what Arsenal will be doing. But yeah, like you said, I think it's good that we'll be differently next season, and that's why I think pre-season is quite important for that because you're going to see your new players, you're going to see how they play and how differently we will play. But I'm happy for people like Saliba, Gabriel, Rice, Saka that will probably finally help us all. Well, I do expect us to win something next season with a big striker in Gyokeres, so I think it would be finally nice to see Arsenal get the success they deserve. But we'll have to see. Obviously, only time will tell if we will win stuff. But I think Arsenal definitely going in the right direction because we have invested a lot of money in our defence, and our defence needed investment. But I do think there has been times where we could have brought in more attackers, but now we've actually done that. I'm happy. So obviously, I do think we will go to a different level with Gyokeres. I think Gyokeres is want to really prove what you can do in England, English teams. So yeah, I'm excited to see that because I know he spoke about in an interview about Gabriel Saliba, how good they are and how much he would like to play in England. So yeah, I'm excited to see him play in England and do really well. But yeah, I'm excited when he gets announced. That announcement video will be incredible, and yeah, I think we can all be really happy with him coming to Arsenal. But like I said, it's finally gonna happen, and we've all been waiting for this because I've been doing so many videos and there has not been any latest news, and we've all had to wait. It's been a waiting game and it has been very frustrating. So I think for me, it's finally good that things are going in the right direction, things are actually developing. Um, and that's exactly the news we wanted to hear. So yeah, I'm obviously really happy about this, and I'm hoping that it can continue to happen. I don't know how many other players we will actually bring in. I don't think we're going to bring in many more. To be honest with you, we've brought in a lot of players already. Um, but yeah, it's going to be a new Arsenal. It really will be. Because we've obviously got a different type of squad. But yeah, exciting times definitely here for Arsenal. So yeah, I'm really happy to see how differently we'll be next season. But our teams around us are going to improve as well. There's going to be other teams that are going to get better as well. So we obviously have to keep doing our thing as well. We have to keep improving, keep developing, and yeah, keep. Liverpool have brought in quite a few players, and I've watched them pre-season. They're quite sharp, so we have to make sure that we are getting better than Liverpool. We are strengthening because when you're the best, you have to improve as well. That's the time you have to get better. I obviously expect Man City to get better next season. I think it's going to be tough because like it's hard to judge who's going to win the league next season because I want to see how everyone's done in their window. But I do feel with Gyokeres, we are going to win a lot more. We are going to win something with him. And I think with the defence we have, I think we're going to get better. So yeah, but like I said with Arteta, I think we have, like I said, we have to win something with him next season. We have to, because I think time is ticking with him, and his time will run out at some point. So yeah, for me personally, we do have to win something next season. And if you're in stuff, then I would give him more time. And I want to see him get Arsenal back to where we should be. And like I said, like someone said before, we've brought in a lot of players at the moment and things are looking really good. We obviously are going in a really good direction at the moment. So I think we can obviously be really happy with how things are developing. Um, right now. So yeah, big up to obviously, like I said, Arteta and Bert are doing really good with their business. They're obviously they're speeding things up, which is exactly what they needed to do because things have been taking ages and things have been, going on for a while. And I think we've had to be quite patient. And I think fair play to us fans for being patient because it hasn't been easy at all to be patient with them because I think at the start, I think as fans, we weren't happy with how things were going. So yeah, I think only time will tell who we're going to bring in. But so far, guys, so good. And I'm excited. I think we're all pretty excited to be honest with you because we're bringing in the players that we wanted from the start. Like I mean, Gyokeres, I've wanted him for a while. Like I said, I thought we were going to get Sesko at the start, but it's looking like that won't happen. And I'm happy with who we're bringing in. So yeah, really exciting times to be an Arsenal fan at the moment. So yeah, I can't stop smiling at the moment. I'm happy with what we're doing. Big up Gunner_fan. Do you think we'll get Rodrigo? If I'm being honest, probably not. I think we'll get Eze. I think if we don't get Eze, we might get Rodrigo. If we don't get Rodrigo, we'll get Eze. So we'll get probably Eze, and I'm okay with that because I think Eze is an incredible player. I'm really happy with Eze. So, like I said, I think it's going to be hard to get Rodrigo. Like I said, the money situation is going to be a lot of money. But I think Osman Gyokeres might make other players think we're meaning business. We're meaning business this summer. So yeah, we might see it happen. It's hard to say at the moment, but obviously, like I said, only time will tell who we are going to bring into Arsenal. With that in that position, but obviously I hope we will. And I'm really excited to see our future. Who we are going to bring in and what Arsenal are going to play. We are going to play quite different next season because we have got quite a few attackers and quite a few different players. But like I said, I do feel quite excited about our future and how Arsenal are going. So, yeah, that's pretty much my answer with that. Um, I do apologise if I pronounce your name wrong, but Anish Prasapati, like I said, sorry if I pronounced it wrong, but Gyokeres deal, is it done or not? Yeah, it is done. It's just about waiting for like the medicals to be done, the announcements to happen. Like I said, I think the announcement will probably happen next week. But yeah, I think we're gonna have to wait, but it has been agreed. Pardon me. Obviously, to those that do hear the latest is that Arsenal have agreed for Gyokeres they will pay initial fee of 63.5 million euros, which is 55 million English money, plus 10 million euros, which is 8.56. So yeah, it has. It seems like we have put it for quite a good deal, to be honest with you, money wise. But yeah, it's done. It says that Gyokeres agents have landed in London to get it sort of done more now. So that is going to happen, guys. It will be announced soon. I don't know when it will be announced, but like I said, I think Arsenal probably wanted to do a big announcement video, so they're probably going to make us wait until next week for it to be announced. So yeah, to answer your question, it is a done deal. I don't know when it will be officially announced, but we are definitely going to see it be announced soon, and I'm very, very happy about that, of course. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see it develop. For a little bit. But like I said, it's done. It's gonna happen, and I'm very, very excited about it. Big up, big up yourself. I hope you're good. Just AJ, big up to yourself. Who I do appreciate your comments that you sent in today as well. Would you rather win the Premier League but get knocked out of other competitions in the first round, or win a Champions League but finish fourth in the league? Oh, a good question. That is a great question. Well, in my opinion, I've said many things about what I want from Arteta this season. Obviously for me, I think we have to see him win silverware. We have to see him win a league, a Champions League. That is obviously what I'd want us to do. For me to be properly convinced by Arteta, I'd want us to win that. So if we won the Premier League and we got knocked out, obviously I'd be so shocked. But if we win the Premier League, then I'd probably go for the first one. Win a Champions League but finish fourth. I'd take any of them, but I'd be really shocked if we finished fourth, though. That is a really tough question, to be honest with you. I think the league is so important to me because I've never seen us win the league, and we have been going for the league for quite a few years now. So I feel like if we put all of our eggs in the league and we won it, then I'd be very made up with that. But if we won a Champions League, we've never won a Champions League before, so that'd be so special. I think I don't. I mean, obviously, I don't want to finish fourth, but I do want to win something. So if we're able to win something this season, that is my goal. So yeah, that is a really tough question, but thank you for that. I just want us to win something. I want us to get ourselves where that's the most important thing for me, in my opinion, to win us things again. So I hope we can obviously get us winning things again. Big up Great Bridge, big up yourself. I think you're new here, so obviously good to see you here. And obviously, if you're new here, guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well. Surely announced by Sunday as we fly out to Singapore on Saturday. Yeah, I don't know when it's going to be announced. You know, also like I know also like so you never know, but I'm just happy it's been agreed. For me, obviously, the game against United is going to be that one that we have to have all of our players for. So as long as he's there for that, I'd be happy with that. Um, I would take the league based on where this project has been going. Yeah, I think because obviously the Champions League is a dream. I want us to win that. That'd be great. But I think for me at the moment, because we have been so close twice to the league, I think there was a time where we 10 points behind Man City. I think we were 10 points at the top, and then they took over, and we kind of bottled it a bit. And then obviously the second time we were 2 points behind Man City. So we have really tried with the league. So I thought if we actually got it and we did it, it would really show people that Arteta can actually do this with the league. So I just want Arteta to go over the line. I really do. So the league for me, the league is always a dream. The league is a dream, and I want that to happen. So yeah, fingers crossed. We'll see. Arsenal obviously win the league next season, but yeah, I think the Champions League will happen at some point. I just think the league for me would be would probably be a priority, would be something that I really want Arsenal to do. Obviously, no. If we win the Champions League next season and we finish second, I'm still going to be happy that we won a really big trophy. It's just about winning something next season that's really big, because Arteta does need to start winning stuff. Arteta really does. Like I said, Arteta does have to get over the line and really take Arsenal back to where we need to be. And I'm not saying this is all Arteta, because it's not. These players have to step up too. These players that Arteta has sent have to really prove themselves and prove that I was wrong as well. So yeah, I do really hope that we're going to have a really major season. But yeah, I think the league would be. I think they're both hard to win, because I guess in the Champions League you have possibly more harder teams. Because you have to face other teams. For example, Barcelona or Madrid at PSG. So they're harder in that sense. But with the league, it's a more of a longer process. So I think they're both hard in different ways. I think the league's probably harder because it's a very long process. Week in, week out, you have to be at your best, and like I said, it is a long process. So they're both different, but obviously they're both really great to win. But obviously, if we won one of them next season, I'll be made up with that. That's exactly what I want Arsenal to do. I want Arsenal to win these major honours. I know as of an FA Cup as well. I mean, FA Cup isn't a Champions League, it isn't a league. But if we were able to do that, obviously, I'd be very happy. That'd be a great trophy to win, and I just want to see this team celebrate and win a trophy. We've been dying for this for such a long time, and it'd be nice for it to finally happen. So, yeah, for me, I think it's gonna happen, and I just really hope we'll get to see that happen next season. So, yeah, I think with the players that we're bringing in, I have lots of optimism about that happening. I do believe we can do it. I just think it's about. Obviously, the pre-season is going to be quite big to see where these players are at, and yeah, I think defensively, I think we're pretty solid. I just think we're going to have to see who we are going to bring in. So, yeah, like I said, I'm really excited to see that happen. But guys, I'll probably stay on here for about 20 more minutes, as I have been chatting with you guys a bit, and I know there's quite a lot of you here still, and I'm happy to answer your questions. But like when things get announced straight away, I will try and call here as quick as I can. I probably expect an announcement maybe Wednesday for Madueke. Gyokeres will definitely be next week. They're gonna make us wait, but I'm okay with that. As long as it's been agreed, as long as he is an Arsenal player, then I'm very happy about that, because he's exactly what Arsenal need next season. So yeah, obviously pre-season. I love pre-season. I mean, I get excited about pre-season. You get to see new players, and it's always exciting. And I think we're ready for the next season. I think the team know that we have to win stuff. And we've got quite a few new deals, with obviously Lewis Skelly, Gabriel. Waneri might be the next one to be announced. Waneri is set to sign a new deal with Arsenal. So obviously things are going in Arsenal's direction. Things are looking very positive for us. So yeah, we have to just see sort of that happen, and hopefully we're going to see more things develop in these upcoming days. But obviously at the moment, things have been agreed with these players, and it's just more of a waiting game to see things be announced. But obviously, like I said, I've spoken about Eze for a little bit. He's going to have to see that happen. I have heard actually about Reece Nelson, that he actually wants to stay in London at another club. So I think Fulham would be great. Or can we swap him for Eze? But no, I think with Reece Nelson, maybe getting money for him. I kind of forgot about him. We can get money for him. I don't know how much we would get for him, but these prices all add up. And if we want Eze, we have to make it count. So yeah, obviously, like I said, we're going to have to get rid of a few players for us to get these best players. I think with Rodrigo, I don't think we'd have the money to buy him, to be honest with you. But I want to be surprised. I want to be proved wrong, and I'm excited to see what will happen with that. But yeah, it's looking, like I said, looking very promising for Arsenal at this moment in time, and I'm really excited to see next season. And I do generally hope Arteta does prove people wrong. Even, like, I know I like Arteta, but I have had my doubts about him, if he can get us over the line. So if he can, then fair play to Arteta, better. They both deserve that credit at the end of next season. But this season's going to be so crucial for them, both of them, for getting Arsenal where they need to be. So, yeah, I'm, like I said, very excited for that. Obviously, big up to you guys that are watching this. I really appreciate your support. If you guys do have any questions you want to obviously drop in, then please do that for sure. like I said, I'll be on here for a little bit longer. But yeah, if you've got any questions you want to send in, do send them in, and I'm obviously happy to answer them. But yeah, like I said, I'll probably end this in pretty soon. But I have been live for over an hour today. But I just want to give you my thoughts, obviously, regarding Arsenal. Latest news, because I did a video yesterday about Gyokeres, and since then there has been so much latest news, and I wanted just to chat with you all about that as well, because obviously I love Arsenal, and whenever there's news I want to chat about it. So yeah, obviously pre-season next week I will be doing sort of like I might not do previews, but I will sort of give you my reaction and maybe watch alongs. You might see me do watch alongs, you might see me do reviews. So we'll obviously do that as well. Because it has been a very exciting time of the season. It has been obviously so much been going on, which is very exciting for Arsenal. And like I said, I'm very excited to obviously update you guys about, you know, these sort of latest rumours. But yeah, like I said, it's been a really exciting time with Arsenal. Really excited to see what we're going to do next. Like I said, I mean, I don't know if we're going to bring any more players, and I don't know if we're going to have many more additions, but obviously the more players we get in, the better, really, in the attack especially. But yeah, I'm excited to see what Arsenal are going to do, because I do think we need to keep improving. But yeah, I am proud of the progress that we've made and we are continuing to make. So yeah, big up yourself. Thank you for your questions today as well. What's a better window, Isak Williams, Zubin Dihato, Garcia, or what we've got currently, plus Eze or Rodrigo? God, you asked me such good questions. Well, if I am being honest with you guys, Isak would have been my dream signing, to be honest with you, but Gyokeres was also my dream. I think with Isak, I would, if Arsenal got him, obviously I would have been jumping for joy. But my only reservations with Isak was the sort of injuries that he's had. I did worry that would be a problem if Arsenal did get him. I like Hatter as well. I think he would have really helped Arsenal. I would honestly say who we have right now. Obviously, if I'm being honest, I'm not sure if Madueke is going to be a good signing for Arsenal. Obviously, I hope he will. But I think what we have right now in Eze and Rodrigo, that would be for me like a world class window. That would be a good solid 9 or 10. That really would be amazing. So I'll probably stick with what we have right now, because I think for me, like, I'd be shocked if we got Rodrigo. That would take our window to another level. That really would. So obviously, like I said, happy with what we have right now. But I think if we were able to get Rodrigo and Eze, that does definitely boost your team, and I think it would be very hard to beat with that team. Like that would be a good bit of business. I would give Arteta and Bert that credit. They would have done really good there. So yeah, I do, I do really hope that obviously we'll see Eze and Rodrigo. But yeah, I think with the striker situation, we have seen a lot of different strikers we could have got, but I think we can all say Gyokeres is a one that would really help Arsenal. That has been a good sign. It will be a really good sign for Arsenal. So yeah, really excited for that signing to happen, because I think you know, he's going to help Arsenal. Big up to Arsenal. Good to see you here again. I know you were here the other day, so always good to see you here. I can see Eze here. We go before pre-season. I hope so. I really hope so. I know Arsenal are really keen on buying Eze. I know Arsenal want Eze, so it would be great to have that deal done and to be announced. But obviously, I know that we might have to sell some players in Kivior, Sinchenko, you know, so many other players that we have that we could move on. So if that happened, I'd be so happy. I mean, I've always dreamt of having Eze Arsenal. Like, I'd always think I'd love Eze Arsenal one day, but I never thought that would actually happen. I never thought a dream could be a reality. Like I said, I'd love it to happen, but we are gonna have to see. I mean, obviously, I do think we are gonna be another player. I think if we are being honest, Gyokeres is incredible signing. As Madueke, I hope he can be a good signing, but I think we need someone else to add someone different. We need another attacking player, because there's no saying Madueke could do it well, and if he does, fair play to him, and I'm happy with him. But if he struggles, we need something different, especially if we are selling Martinelli or, Trossard. So yeah, I do want us to continue to keep improving in our attack, but obviously we just don't know what Arsenal have up their sleeve. I just don't know what Arsenal are going to do. I just hope that we're going to perform some miracles. I mean, Rodrigo would be great. I mean, Rodrigo is definitely a dream, but him and Eze would be great together. Him and Eze would definitely be the dream I would want. So yeah, hopefully, guys, we are going to hear what updates happen. Obviously, I'm going to end this, guys, in about 5 minutes or in a couple of minutes. I've been on here for a little while today. But yeah, if you have any sort of last questions you want to drop in or any comments, any thoughts, then obviously I'll quickly read them out. But yeah, like I said, I'm really happy that I'd be able to go here today for a while to chat about our new players coming to Arsenal. In likes of obviously Mosquera is going to happen. That's been agreed. Gyokeres has been agreed. Obviously, Wanner is going to obviously sign a new deal. So yeah, hopefully we'll have to win Eze. Not much has really developed other than Arsenal do want him. So we'll have to see what happens with that. We got Kevin Benson again, but always good to see you here. As soon as Palace signs someone, Eze will be a good. If not, who knows? Yeah, I think that's definitely a possibility. I think Arsenal need to probably get some money for Eze if we are short on money. I don't know our situation with the money, but I think if we are going to get Eze, we do need to maybe sell some of our players. But yeah, Eze, like I said, hopefully that will happen. Bad luck for you guys because I know he's been a great player, but for Arsenal, we need an Eze Arsenal. We need a player at his level. To help us, especially because we play in the Champions League, and I think that would be a dream of his to play in the Champions League too. So yeah, I do hope that will happen for Eze because that would be a dream of his. And yeah, I just really hope we can win many trophies next season with the players that we have. That would be, like I said, a really big dream of mine. So hopefully that will happen. I really do hope that can happen for Arsenal. But yeah, the sooner we get all of our players, the sooner we can see them in pre-season and give them a chance to play with all of these new players because we've actually got quite a few players now. And like I said, we've brought in so many players so soon, and we're going at a really good pace at the moment. So yeah, I'm really happy with obviously how it is all developing for Arsenal. And like I said, I don't have any complaints right now. I think as fans, we're all very happy. So yeah, obviously, like I said, when there's next updates, when there's breaking news, I will come on here and obviously give you guys some updates. Obviously, at the moment, there hasn't been any more updates other than what I've given you, which is obviously looking really positive for Arsenal. But I am going to end this, guys, in a moment or two, as I have been on here for a little while today. But I just want to come on here and chat with you guys because there's been so much to talk about, and I love hearing what obviously you guys have to say as well. Big up young Arsenal. I really like what Arteta's done. Every player he wants always has that pull to join Arsenal every single time. I think Arteta has brought in some great players, to be honest with you, over his time here. I think he has had quite a few, players like Willian, Sterling, a few players that haven't really hit it, but I think he has, like you said, he has brought in some really big players which have helped us over the years. But like I said, I think to be able to get Gyokeres is so special, and to be able to hopefully be an Eze or Rodrigo is also so important. So I hope that we'll continue to see him bringing these big players for Arsenal. But yeah, like you said, I do agree with what you said. I think Bertrand as well coming. He's definitely had a big part to play in these signings. I do wonder sort of what signings are his signings as well, because there will be signings that he wants and Arteta wants. He will have different opinions, but I'm excited to see which signings are sort of signings are who. So yeah, it definitely is exciting to see that for sure. But big up to all of you guys that have watched my show today. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I've honestly really enjoyed chatting with you all today. And yeah, thank you all for your comments. Thank you every single one of you that have tuned in. But like I said, if there's any more updates, I will call on here straight away regarding the women's team, the men's team. And yeah, thank you all for watching today. I've really enjoyed chatting with you all today. Obviously, if you're new here, please do subscribe to my channel. That would obviously help me out very much. And please do smash the likes on this video. But yeah, I will see you all very soon in my next video. And thank you all so much for your support today. And I'll see you all soon. Bye, guys.